What's up guys, my name is Ace, and the Season 5 roadmap is here, and with this it revealed a ton of stuff that we're going to be seeing, some of which is actually quite exciting and I'm pretty impressed with. So let's just dive right in, and we'll start it off with the multiplayer side of things. The first thing they announced here is a new mode called Double Agent. And this one seems really unique. It seems like it's going to be more of a party game mode, and it's most similar to Trouble in Terrorist Town. If you guys remember that, it was a Garry's Mod game mode that was fairly popular many years ago. A lot of people think of this more as Among Us, but I believe it's much more like Trouble in Terrorist Town. But essentially, everybody spawns into the map, and it looks like everybody's on the same team, but there is somebody that's a double agent, and they have to try and stealthily take out all of the other players without everybody finding out and killing them. I'm sure there's much more depth that goes into that, but that does seem like it could be an interesting mode to play with friends. I don't think I would want to play that in public matches though, but between friends at least, if you're all talking together and stuff, I think it would be enjoyable. Additionally, in season, we're going to be seeing Demolition, finally. I feel like this has been a long time coming for Cold War, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. We also had all of our multiplayer maps revealed. We've got Echelon, which is a brand new map coming right at the beginning of the season, and this takes place in Teufelsberg, Berlin. Then we're also going to be seeing Slums from Black Ops 2 coming in, which, I mean, it was already remade for Black Ops 4, so I'm slightly annoyed that it's remade again for Cold War. But at the same time, I think Slums is a really good map, so I guess it's a welcome change. Then when it comes to 2v2 and 3v3, we've got a map called Showroom. Then in season, we're going to be seeing Drive-In, which is a remade map from Black Ops 1, and I think that would be a nice addition. It's not one that we've seen since Black Ops 1, so that's great. And also Zoo, which is the exact same story. We haven't seen this since Black Ops 1. It is coming in season, and I actually quite like Zoo as well. Having said that, though, when it comes to 6v6 maps, 3 out of 4 of our 6v6 maps are remakes now, and this is just getting ridiculous. I would much prefer brand new maps, brand new content over these remade maps. And as nice as it is to get that little nostalgia kick from having a map or maybe 2 added with an update, 3 out of 4 is way overboard in my opinion. I would have much rather seen at least 2 brand new maps and then 2 remakes. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Like I said, I think these are great maps that are returning, and I'm excited to play them in Cold War. I just kind of wish there was something new to learn. But after that, in Zombies, I'm just going to quickly fly through this since I don't really understand much of Zombies. We've got a new Outbreak region, which is going to be Collateral. We've got a tank that they're going to be adding into Outbreak, which is interesting, and a grapple gun, which is fairly exciting, actually, because I would love to see that come in multiplayer as well, perhaps just as a limited time mode or something. I would love to have a grappling mode. Then we got a new perk called Death Perception, new field upgrade called Tesla Storm, and a new Outbreak objective called Transport. That's as deep as I'm going to get into the zombie stuff. If you guys want to check out more details on that, I will of course leave a link in the description down below. But now let's move on to Warzone. And a lot of this stuff is quite exciting, or at least it would be if we also had some sort of confirmation that the cheating situation is going to be dealt with in some way. Because without that being dealt with, I don't really have much interest in checking out all of this new cool stuff, but we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. The first thing is with the map, they're going to be adding mobile broadcast stations around the map, so kind of like what I expected, minor changes, kind of like the satellite crashes. We'll see a few of these scattered throughout the map, and there's probably some sort of interesting interaction with them. Then, probably the thing I'm most excited for is the fact that we're getting our 2 new perks in Warzone. And they've described what they are. The first one is Combat Scout, and with this, when you deal damage to an enemy, it will briefly highlight them as well as automatically ping them. And this is almost exactly what I was hoping to see for one of the perks, so I'm really happy to see this. As far as I can tell, at least at the time of recording this video, I can't tell what tier this perk is going to be in. I would guess it's going to be probably tier 1, but possibly tier 3. I doubt this one will be in a tier 2 perk. But the other perk they're adding is called Tempered, and this is going to be a tier 2 perk, so high value perk where it's competing against Ghost. And with this, what they do is it makes it so now you only need 2 armor plates to achieve 250 health. Whereas without this perk, you need 3 armor plates to do this. So it effectively buffs each armor plate you put in from 50 health to 75 health, but you can only hold 2 of them, so your maximum health is still going to stay the same, which I really like that your maximum health is going to be unchanged, so it's not going to completely throw off time to kill values. But essentially what this means is each armor plate that you're carrying is going to be worth more, and therefore you're going to get a lot more usage out of 5 or 8 armor plates if you got a satchel. You're going to get much more health and usage out of all of those plates, even though your max health is still capped. However, the one thing that I'm unsure about at this point, based on the description of this, is whether or not your plate speed will be decreased with this. If it takes the exact same amount of time to put these plates in, this is going to be an incredibly powerful perk because you can go from having no armor to having full armor essentially in 2/3 of the amount of time, since you're only putting 2 plates in instead of 3 to achieve that maximum armor. There is a chance, however, that they are going to make this plate up slower, and that will be part of the trade-off to this. And that might be necessary in order to keep this perk in check, but at the same time, when you think about the fact that this is competing with the Ghost perk, which is incredibly powerful and useful in Warzone, I'm kind of hoping we have the same plate speed. This would really encourage aggression. The people that want to get out there and challenge multiple enemies, it'll allow them to deal with those multiple enemies faster because after their first fight, they can get those 2 plates in, they're back up to full health, and they can challenge their second fight right away. So yeah, depending on how they balance this with the plate speed, I can definitely see myself switching over to Tempered instead of Ghost, at least for a lot of my loadouts. I like being much more aggressive and hunting enemies, and this is going to be very well suited to that playstyle. And on paper, at least, I really like the sound of this perk in competition with the Ghost perk. But on top of that, when it comes to Warzone, the Gulag is going to be changing over to a Rush version of Gulag, so it's going to be a portion of the Rush map, which hopefully that's going to play out well. And also, they teased a new mode that's going to be coming in season, and this is going to be called Clash. But moving on top of this, for both Cold War as well as Warzone, since they're going to be sharing this content, we've got 3 new operators coming, a new battle pass, of course, and 2 new weapons that come with the battle pass, like ranged weapons. We've got the EM2 AR, which is a bullpup assault rifle, and then the Tech 9 coming in the SMG category. And if we're going off of the artwork as well as the cinematic that we got a couple days ago, it looks like we will likely be able to dual wield the Tech 9s as well. As for a melee weapon, we've got a cane, and then in season, we're going to be getting a new shotgun called the Marshall, so that's quite interesting. Also, it's worth noting that in Cold War specifically, we are going to be getting the flamethrower as a score streak, which is no surprise. We've been getting like the War Machine, the Annihilator, the Death Machine, all of these style of score streaks, so of course the flamethrower is also going to be coming. And I'm sure that will behave just like the others, where it will actually contribute toward your quote-unquote gun streak. But finally with this, we're going to be getting a mid-season event called The Numbers. And with this, it looks like it's going to have some sort of interaction with the red doors that appeared around the map, probably slowly progressing the story forward. But for that, I guess we will just have to wait and see. I think this is also going to interact with the mobile broadcast stations based on what they've described here. So, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. I have no idea what this is really going to be. But yeah, with that, that's going to wrap it up for everything we've got on the roadmap for Season 5. And overall, like I said, I think things are looking pretty good. However, when it comes to the Warzone side of things, if they don't deal with the cheating situation in some way, at least reduce the number of cheaters that we're running into, none of those updates really matter a whole lot to me. Like, I don't really care to try these new perks. If I'm just going to get aimbotted and instantly killed, or if people are using walls against me, I don't care about using new perks against cheaters. And then on the Cold War side of things, well, it's nice to see a new map coming, and I am excited for some of the remakes. At the same time, I really wish we could have seen more new maps rather than remakes added to the game. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. I'd like to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What are you thinking about the Season 5 roadmap so far? Are you generally excited for this season, or not so much? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.